What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a minute since I've posted. I think the last time I was talking to you guys was the very last track day of 2023. But it's December 16th, it's almost winter, it's about 38 degrees outside. Wanted to go for a quick ride, charge up the battery, and just give you guys an update on the bike. So in this video, I'm gonna go over my top favorite mods for my 2023 ZX10R. So let's get right into it. All right, we'll start with the rear. So we cleaned up the bike a little bit. We got rid of the stock LED turn signals and we went with the NRC New Rage Cycles LED blinker kit and their low mount license plate bracket with the license plate light right here. So it just cleans up the bike a little bit. Let me get this on for you. So you can see how that looks. Really flush, really sleek. Just love how it tidies up the back of the ZX10R. And at night they're super bright. So really happy with that. It comes with this license plate light down here. Keep you legal, keep your plate illuminated. And it does tuck the license plate up under the bike. Really nice. The next mod that I haven't showed you guys yet are these Puig winglets. And I know I'm gonna get some mixed emotions, mixed feelings about this, because I know the ZX10R comes with built-in winglets. If you look at this headlight design, this housing up here in the front, you can see there are these air pockets here. These are essentially built-in winglets from Kawasaki. But I do like the addition of the Puig winglets. I think it beefs up the bike a little bit on the front end. And they're 3M mounted. Here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. But they're 3M mounted right here. So two rubber 3M mounts up there and down here, and then you just have this winglet that just attaches to these rubber mounts. You don't have to drill into the plastic. And then what I did was I bought some matching pinstriping that matched the KRT green and just added it on so it looks like it's a factory. Some people don't like it, but I like it, I dig it, so that's all that matters. But you can see that Puig branding there, and with that pinstriping it looks factory to me, and I just like the way it beefs up the bike. I've taken it on the track with these winglets and I honestly didn't notice a difference. It's supposedly supposed to help downforce by like 18 to 20%, but I couldn't tell a difference. I just dig the way they look, and they hang on just fine. For being 3M tape without having to drill, these have held on up to like 150 miles per hour going through the corners and no issues. So the next mod we'll talk about are the NRC front blinkers to match the rear. So we got these front blinkers from NRC New Rage Cycles. You got them here on both sides. Because we ditched the factory mirrors, we went with these Rizomo knockoffs essentially, but they don't have a blinker like the stock mirrors do. So we installed these NRC blinkers to stay legal. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So they're nice and flush, very minimalistic design, and at night they're super bright, but you can even see them really well during the day too. So for the next mod, we'll talk about crash protection. Now I've been riding off and on here for about 12 years, and I've never really ran any crash protection on my previous bikes. But this last 2023 season was the first time I hit the track. So I thought to myself, you know what, let's just spend a couple $100, get some crash protection. So let's talk about it. So we'll start in the rear. So in the rear, the ZX10R already comes pre-threaded with holes. So all you have to do is just buy the spool sliders, and then just this little hex bolt will just screw right in, and then you have a little bit of additional protection for your rear swing arm. If you were to go down, you're going to scrape these spool sliders rather than the bike. Actually, on this side you're going to hit the exhaust first, but on the driver's side, left side, you'll hit these spools and do a little less damage to your swing arm and your chain. What else? So we also have these frame sliders from Puig. So I like these frame sliders a lot. They're really bulky. If you look at it from different angles, you can see how the Puig frame sliders just flow. The lines just flow with the bike. It continues that aggressive appearance that the ZX10R already has from the factory. They're bulky, but they look really good. They have these rubber ends here on the end of the frame sliders that you can change out if you were to go down, and then it's just a simple bolt onto the frame. You don't have to take any fairings off. But this is the Puig Pro frame slider for the ZX10R. I think it might be called the Puig 2.0 Pro. but I'll drop a link for these sliders down below. And what else? I almost forgot, we also added these fork sliders for the ZX10R. These are RNG fork sliders, super simple install, RNG. And just in case you were to go down, these sliders will take the bulk of the impact and try to protect your beautiful forks and this beautiful brake assembly from Brembo and Showa. So we got those added on. I'll drop a link for that down below. These are fairly inexpensive parts and just gives you a little bit more peace of mind, and actually gives you a little bit more confidence too when you're on the track that you can push the bike a little harder. And if you were to go down, you have a little bit of peace of mind that you have some kind of protection. All right, let's talk exhaust. So you guys have seen this exhaust on the channel, the SC Project SC10R with the carbon fiber can. This exhaust is beautiful. It just sounds so amazing. It's a 3/4 system, so we're keeping the stock headers, which are titanium from the factory, and you just mount on the pipe in the can, and it just sounds so good. We kept the dB killer in. Originally I took it off, but when I take this thing into the city with this dB killer out, it is so loud, like the entire city can hear you. It was a little bit too much, so I put that on for now to tame down the sound a little bit. But when I'm on the track, I'll probably take it out because it does sound pretty rad. So we'll do a sound clip for you just for fun. I gotta get some gas. So it just sounds really deep and throaty, even with the dB killer in. Oh my god, that sounds so good. Oh man, that sounds amazing. Let's see what else we haven't covered. So we went with these Rizomo knockoffs. These were about $50 on Amazon. I think the Rizomos were like 300 bucks, so we saved some money here. These actually provide a decent amount of visibility. I flip it up here. So Amazon's got a bunch of these mirrors online, but what I like about these is that it actually has a pretty large glass compared to a lot of other ones that I've seen on Amazon. So you got some decent visibility with these, so they're still functional. And when you're on the track or you don't want to use them, you just flip it here, and it just makes it really easy to lane split, because when you're splitting with the stock mirrors, I think the stock mirrors go out to about here where my hand is, an additional 5 or 6 inches, and these just make it really easy when you're weaving in and out of traffic to not clip anyone's mirrors. Let's see what else. So in my previous videos, you guys have already seen the Puig screen, so the light smoke. You can see there's still plenty of visibility. Got that Puig logo right there, and you can see through it just fine during the day and even at night. All right, we'll talk about these tank grips. So I went with Stomp Grip because they had the clear design. Originally I had Tech Spec on my 400, and those were really nice, except they were all black and they would cover up these KRT graphics. I didn't want to do that, so I went with these Stomp Grips. Super happy with them. Easy install, you just stick them on and they provide plenty of grip, and it doesn't mess with the decals or the color of your bike. So super happy with those. Again, I'll drop a link to all of these down below. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for sticking with me. Those are my favorite mods for the 2023 ZX10R. Stay tuned. I'll give you guys some life updates. We ended up selling my truck. If you guys saw my last video or my last couple of videos, you saw the new truck on the channel, 2023 F250. I loved it. It was a great truck. I just couldn't deal with the 12 miles per gallon, and that thing was huge. I couldn't fit in any parking garage, and you know, having to commute to Seattle a couple days a week, it became a nuisance. So ended up selling the truck, got a little small commuter, just a little Grand Cherokee. We're actually going to be getting a hitch installed on that vehicle from the factory. The Grand Cherokee can tow about 6,200 pounds. I just went with the 3.5 V6, not the 5.7 Hemi. Again, I was trying to keep fuel economy in line. So we're getting a hitch installed on the Grand Cherokee so we can tow this bike, get us to and from the track, and just be my overall new commuter. But you guys know me, I like to switch up vehicles quite a bit, so we'll see how long the Grand Cherokee stays on the channel. And we'll keep an eye out on some new trucks that hit the market here soon. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys on another video. Peace.